Hi guys, we're the crew of Sailing Vessel by Felicia. My name's Matt, and I am a captain by trade, and I'm also a PADI scuba diving instructor.
Hi, I'm Lisa. I work in project management for biotech companies. Matt and I met in early of March 2020 in Maui on a scuba diving boat that Matt was the captain on.
We were on our way out to Molokini Crater. It is a beautiful, beautiful dive site. If you've never been, you should check it out. We were really lucky when we were on our way out. We had tons of humpback whales. It was the height of whale season. I actually had Lisa within a few feet of swimming with some whales, I think, but she never saw them.
So close. It was an amazing time, but I went back to San Francisco, and the very next day the world went on pause.
Once the world started to reopen in May, I moved from Maui to San Diego. My intention was to go to maritime training and to get more certifications for my job. I took a course called the STCW. It's first aid and CPR. It's firefighting skills, where they actually take you to the county fire department and give you the full turnout gear that firefighters wear. They give you a hose. They teach you techniques with the hose. You enter the burn building. And then there's a couple days where it's all lifeboat skills, where you spend at the community pool learning and demonstrating skills on lifeboats and techniques and survival in the water. Really cool class. So that took me to San Diego. After I completed the class, I had no reason to stick around, so I was laying in bed looking at one-way tickets when I found an ad for a free wooden sailboat in San Diego Harbor. I inspected the boat as best I could. It seemed seaworthy, even though it didn't have running water or plumbing. Once I knew I was getting the boat the next day, we were going into the weekend, and I called Lisa in San Francisco and said, hey, I don't know if this boat's gonna be floating at the end of the weekend. We don't have any running water. We don't have plumbing. That's all I got. And there's raw fiberglass everywhere. But you want to come down to San Diego and hang out with me on this boat for this weekend?
So I bought a ticket that day and flew down on Friday with a backpack. My computer was in it, a loaf of sourdough bread, and wet wipes.
And I showed up on a paddleboard to take her out to the boat. The boat came with a dinghy, but the dinghy didn't have an outboard engine on it, so that didn't come till much, much later. Yes. So for the first few weeks of Lisa visiting, our main source of transportation, and also my main source of getting building materials out to Driftwood, and then also getting trash and everything back in from Driftwood, was a stand-up paddleboard. My hands were very, very callous. They would look like gorilla mitts by the end of that project.
Yeah, so he shows up on a paddleboard and then puts my backpack in a garbage bag to protect it from water as we paddle back out to Driftwood.
A really good garbage bag. See me? And I got into the work schedule of working all day, every day, manual labor, Monday through Friday, sun up to sundown, hands and knees. And then on the weekends, Lisa would fly in and see me Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. And I looked forward to that like it was the second coming of Christ. Lisa and I moved the boat from Mission Bay to downtown San Diego with the skyline behind us. It was some amazing, beautiful nights and early mornings. And
this is where Driftwood lived until fall of 2020. I visited every weekend with my computer, a loaf of sourdough bread, and whatever else we needed for the weekend.
And I would show up with a paddleboard and a garbage bag.
Since selling Driftwood, we have been planning and dreaming for our next boat.
We didn't know if it would be a derelict hull that we had to start from scratch and build up our dream boat. We didn't know if we would buy a turnkey boat or anything in between. We've talked about all the options, because the kicker is when you're buying a boat is it's like anything in life. It's a series of trade-offs. What's important to you? Do you want space? Do you want functionality? It's a series of trade-offs. So trying to find the boat that fits you and what you're ultimately trying to accomplish with that boat in your budget, that's the goal. So, and that leads us to where we are now, on board the new sailing vessel by Felicia, our second sailboat, and trying to tell our story as best as possible to you while it unfolds. Thank you so much for watching our channel. Thank you for taking time to like. Thank you for taking time to comment. If you're already subscribed, we really appreciate you. If you haven't had a chance, the bottom corner right there, click the little red icon, click subscribe. Lisa and I are committed to bringing fresh videos every single week that tell our story aboard Sailing by Felicia.